Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to six, and the general manager of Dan Cummins Chevrolet Buick in Paris, Kentucky, the second largest used car franchise dealer in the United States of America. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Hey, good morning, guys. It is February 5th, 2018, and welcome to the Monday morning episode of Rise and Grind. I am so jacked up to be here today. I hope you are too. Let's see who we got in here with me this morning, rising and grinding. I see John Hinkson on the Rise and Grind, Adam Lyons and Donnie Grady. What's up? Good morning, guys. I see Jeffrey and Eric and two other people, but it doesn't tell me who they are. But I hope they're having a great, I hope you are having a great morning this morning. Clayton Lesack, what's up? Aaron Jones, Tom Sizemore, Sean Jones, Gary Pollard. My goodness, Carrie Osborne. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Kevin Dang. What's up, Darian Sanders? I see you. Good morning, guys. What an incredible weekend. What an incredible morning. It's Monday morning. I stinking love Monday morning. Thank you, Darian says he loves the intro. That's your boy, Brendan. You know how that rolls, dude. You know Brandon is legit. He always makes me look so good. Love my man. Anyways, hey, I hope you guys had an incredible weekend. What's up, Jeremy Linden? Yes, sir. Hope you guys had an incredible weekend. I've got some stuff that we're going to go through today, some awesome stuff. There's some inspiring stories this weekend, some truly incredible and unbelievable things that were just going on, and we're going to dive into them this morning because it was awesome. Before we, totally dive into it, how about that Super Bowl? What? Where's Chris Brooks this morning? Chris Brooks was up here in the Rise and Grind last week talking about how it was a given, how it was done, it was over, the Eagles couldn't win, that the Patriots were gonna just blow them out. And to be honest, I believed him. I did, man. I'll be honest, I didn't think Philly had a chance. But, man, what a football game. Incredibly, incredibly great game this weekend, and we'll dive into that just a little bit later. So do me a favor, guys, as we head into this morning's Rise and Grind. If you could, go ahead and hit that share button. I'm sure you've got somebody in your network, a friend, a family member, somebody around you that needs to hear something good first thing in the morning versus waking up to all that crazy negativity. So do me a favor, hit the share button, and we're going to talk. I mean, basically, man, this weekend, let me go into this weekend a little bit. So this weekend, my Aunt Mary, she passed away. She actually passed away a couple weeks ago, but this weekend, I went down for the funeral, and so we went down to Tampa, Florida, and I met up with my sister while we were out there. My sister lives in Arizona, and she met me in Tampa, and we had quite an incredible experience. You see, my father's side of the family, I don't really know. Most of the people on my dad's side of the family, he kind of left home when he was like 17 or something and traveled around. He was in the military and so on and so forth. And so I remember going back to Tampa one or two times way back in the day, but didn't really meet anybody. And so it was an interesting and fun weekend because we got to meet a lot of people from my dad's side. And I guess probably the coolest aspect of the whole thing, my dad has been dead for 11 years now that he's been gone. But I think the coolest aspect of the whole thing was as I was looking around at all of these people, like I could see little bits and pieces of my father, you know? Like he had a couple brothers that were out there and some nieces and some nephews, and you could just see my dad's like facial features, and you could see his smile, and you could see like his heritage and his spirit. It was there. It was kind of everywhere, and it was stinking cool. These people, the way they talked about my father, how much they loved him and the light that he was in their lives, that was awesome, man. It was just awesome. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting, obviously, to connect and mourn over the loss of my aunt, but there were so many good and positive things that came out of it. Another a great aspect of this weekend was I got to spend time with my sister, and my sister is an underdog story, and I'm going to go into a couple underdog stories today. But my sister herself, she's an underdog story, man. My sister she had an incredibly tough time in high school. She struggled through all of that, and then she went off to the military, and she got pregnant early, and then married him, and she went through a divorce, and she went through a couple tough relationships. But here's the thing, though. My sister, she has two daughters, and her husband now has two sons, and they've been together for quite a while. And I am just floored and amazed that somehow for the last 20 something years, because her kids are grown now, somehow for the last 20 something years, my sister managed to keep this family, these children from different fathers and different parents and stuff. She not only kept them together all this time, but she managed somehow to get all the different dads and moms and something all on the same page, to where these kids spent holidays together and grew up all together. They're like one big extended happy family, and it's just amazing to me how she was able to keep a family together through all of those things, especially considering the sister that I knew back in high school, who was just kind of crazy. So I got to spend time with this woman that's been able to do that, and not only that, through all of that, she's now working on her master's degree. She went from being terrible in school to now she's working on her master's degree. And her husband, they started their own business 2 years ago, and it's thriving. And I am just so incredibly proud of this woman who you would have thought could never have made it with just the different circumstances and the kids and being on her own for a while and so on and so forth. But yet she has grinded it out to get where she's at today. She even went through having, she had an issue with her heart. She was unconscious for 7 minutes. She was dead for 7 minutes, and her husband revived her. He brought her back, and she fought through that with no long-term injuries, no brain damage, no nothing. And yet she's out here grinding. She'll be up this morning. She'll be up at 5 o'clock in the morning grinding it out. It's an amazing underdog story. It's incredible. If you get a chance, follow her. Her name's Tina on here. So that was awesome, getting to spend some time with her this weekend. And man, what an incredible story. Another obviously underdog story from this weekend is my little man Joel. If you guys go on my Facebook page, you'll see there's a little video. Little man Joel, dude, littlest guy on the court. But he's got more heart than anybody, and he goes out there and he fights and he fights and he fights, and he scored his first basket last weekend, and then this weekend he shot a free throw in front of everybody and he made it. And I'm so stinking proud of that little guy. He's just a little guy, but he's got so much heart. And then, of course, we had the Eagles. And that's what we're going to talk about today. That's what we're going to really get into, is these underdogs, the Philadelphia Eagles that everybody had counted out. Everybody had said they couldn't do it. Everybody said they were going to get beat. Everybody said Brady's the GOAT. And you can't take down the GOAT. That's what everybody said. I believed it. You believed it. Everybody believed that the Eagles were going down yesterday. But no. No, sir. It didn't happen that way. And so now we can learn. We get to learn this weekend. Okay, we get to learn from underdogs and how we can apply that to our own lives. And the first thing that I learned, especially from that football game, but ultimately from my sister and from my son Joel and from the football game, is the first thing I learned is that underdogs, as an underdog, because I'm an underdog, I don't know about you, but I'm an underdog. I'm not supposed to be here. This little tiny dealership in Paris, Kentucky is not supposed to be selling this many cars. People think, oh, you're second largest volume dealer. You guys are winners. No, I mean, we win. Yes, we win, but we are underdogs. We're not supposed to. This is not a given. But underdogs, like the Philadelphia Eagles and my sister and Joel Bryant this weekend, they stay composed. First and foremost, they stay composed. They don't panic. Here was this game, this big epic stage, and the Philadelphia Eagles, they're going up against Tom Brady, one of the best quarterbacks in the history of the NFL. They're going against Tom Brady and the New England Patriots, and yet they walked out on that field with composure. Did you guys notice? Did you notice how they kept themselves together? You didn't see a whole lot of barking and biting. You didn't see a lot of penalties. They didn't have a lot of penalties. They didn't make mistakes. They didn't fumble the ball. They didn't panic when the Patriots took the lead. When the Patriots took the lead late in the fourth quarter, man, they stay composed. As an underdog, you have to stay composed. You have to not panic no matter what situation gets thrown at you. You also have to stay classy and never boastful. Stay classy. As an underdog, it's incredibly important. The Philadelphia Eagles, when they were out there, they stayed classy. You didn't see them after touchdowns. Obviously they had their little touchdown dance, whatever, but as soon as they got done with their touchdown dance, where were they at? They were back on the sideline. They were back in the huddles. They weren't boasting at these guys. They weren't rising them up. They weren't trying to what just happened to my headphones? They weren't trying to what is going on? Oh my gosh, this guy. Stop it, dude. Wow. All right. Sorry about that. They weren't trying to they weren't trying to poke the beast. Let's just say that. They didn't want to poke the beast, man. They just stayed classy, never boastful. They stayed composed and they stayed classy. Another thing I've learned about underdogs that we need to apply in our lives is they fight with all their heart. They fight with all of their heart. My sister fought and fought and fought to keep these different men, these different women, all of these different parents. She fought tooth and nail to make sure that all of her kids grew up together as brothers and sisters. She fought every day, man. Imagine all the different dynamics. I mean, these people are all remarried and other kids and other stuff. But she fought. It was so important. She fought every single day with all of her heart. My son sat in the driveway for hours and hours and hours. Just throwing that ball up, man. Throwing that ball up. He's a little guy. He's not that big, but he just kept fighting. And this weekend, he's making free throws. The Philadelphia Eagles, they fought with all of their heart this weekend. You saw it in them. You saw it. There's nothing that they left on the sidelines. I mean, those guys fought every single play. I remember there was one play where the New England Patriots running back jumped in the air. He was going for the first down, and he jumps in the air. He leaps, and you think he's going to make it, and the Eagles defender just stuffs him in the air, grabs him, and just throws him down on the ground. Says, "No, you will not beat me. I will not be defeated. I will not lose. I will fight with all of my heart. If I am going to go down, you are going to have to fight me." It was powerful. He made a statement. He made a statement for himself. He made a statement for his team. And that one play alone, I believe, was a game changer that caused the Philadelphia Eagles, the underdogs, to take down the New England Patriots. And the last thing I learned this weekend from the Philadelphia Eagles and from my son and from my sister, the last thing I learned this weekend that we need to apply in our individual lives. Actually, I'm going to go with two things. None of these people let anybody else define them. My sister could have been defined in many ways. My son is a little bit smaller guy. He could feel that way. He could be defined as the little guy out there. The Philadelphia Eagles were defined as the team that couldn't do it. But none of them allowed other people to define them. You, this morning, on Monday morning, I need you to look in the mirror. I need you to look in the mirror, and I need you to take away throw away whatever ideals other people have put in your minds of who you are. However you have been defined by others does not define who you are. You are a beast. You are someone who knows how to stay composed, to stay classy, someone who fights with all of their heart. You are a child of God, uniquely created to be on this earth at this time to make a difference on this planet. So I don't care what anybody else has said about you. Do not let others define you, ever. Ever, ever, ever. I understand you have pain. I understand you have struggles. I understand that you're an underdog just like me. But that's okay. We can rise above it because we rise and we grind every single day with all of our heart. And last but not least, as an underdog, we never give up until it's over. It is not over till it's over. My sister still went back to school. She didn't let her life define her. She went back. They just started their own business 2 years ago. She's 40-something years old. They're just now starting. She's not giving up because it's not over yet. My son didn't give up because it's not over yet. The Philadelphia Eagles, you noticed, they kept playing even when they had the lead. Do you know why so many teams lose to the New England Patriots? So many teams lose to the New England Patriots because they get the lead and they start jumping around and boasting and they think the game's over and they forget that the GOAT is still on the field. And they let him march down there in the last 2 minutes and they let him beat them. But no, sir, not the Philadelphia Eagles and not you today. You are here today on this beautiful, blessed day to rise and grind. That's what you need to do today. All of your heart. It's not over till it's over. And we don't know. We don't know when that day is. We don't know when it's coming. We know it's coming, but we don't know when. So stay composed. Don't panic. Stay classy. Fight with all of your heart every single day. Do not let anyone else define you. And never, ever give up. You keep fighting. You keep fighting till it's over. You guys, my name is Glenn Lundy. If you need some more, you can always find me at youtube.com/inthebeginninginspiration. You can also find me on Instagram at Glenn Lundy. And I got to go. So I got to get to the gym. I got to go get that going on. I got a lot of stuff going on. We got some new hires today at the dealership. I got some new guys coming to work, which is awesome. I got some stuff I got to do with Ashley. I see Ashley's in here. Ashley and we got to do some stuff on the iGrind. We got to get some gear out there for our Rise and Grinders. Charlie, they started a business where they actually transport. I'll message you later. I'll message you later. It's not for the morning. I hope you have an amazing and beautiful day today. I want you to know something. I want you to know that you are special. You are important. You were uniquely created by our God in the heavens. You, in this period of time, today, so that you can leave your mark on the world. The fact that you rise and grind gives you this certain energy about you. This energy that is contagious to all of those around you. You're making a difference on this planet. You're making a difference on this earth. It matters. So continue to #rise and grind. I love you. Have an amazing Monday, and I will see you guys tomorrow.